I totally agree. So Bill Gates said that everyone who wanted to vote was able to vote. Peggy emailed us, Charlie, for the first time since 1981, I was not able to vote. Cars were parked 2 miles down 7th Street. I can't walk a mile. I'm physically unable to the back of the line. I tried my best to have people help me, but people at the voting center said I have to go to the back of the line. I checked for New River, and there weren't any locations. There's only 2 locations within a square mile of my home. I went home crying, was not able to vote for the first time since 1981. Church had only 30 parking spaces, and the voting line was 3.5 hours. How many people, Kari, do we speculate
sorry, Charlie,
like that?
That breaks my heart to hear that. That breaks my heart in this country that our sacred vote has been trampled like that. We heard from a woman 8.5 months pregnant. She said, I couldn't wait 2 hours in line. And you know what? Had that woman got it up there, she might have found out her ballot got spit back out and thrown into drawer 3, which we're finding out now, those uncounted ballots got mixed in many locations with counted ballots. The whole system is a joke. And either our courts help us out right now, or I fear we lose this country. This is the biggest story in the country right now. And the fact that we're lucky that one reporter, you talked about Yvonne with the Washington Post, we should be honored that they're covering it. Every news outlet in the country should be covering this story.
I totally agree with that. And honestly, they've been doing a good job. They've been covering it. I mean, it's Washington Post, but
one. That's just one. Charlie.
I mean,
where's our local news?
Yeah, and honestly, even in the Washington Post, they're talking about the lines. They're talking about the potential disenfranchising. But where's the New York Times? Where's the local papers?
Where's the Arizona?
No, the Arizona Republic. You know what the Arizona Republic has on the front page today? They say that Steve Bannon, Charlie Kirk, and Real America's Voice needs to be taken off the Native American Gila Reservation television network. I'm not kidding. That is the front page story.
Because people are waking up to the lies of the fake news. They honestly don't deserve to have the broadcasting license. They've been lying that they're not covering this story. I'm fine with it, because what I'm realizing is that the people who were asleep and didn't want to dig into what happened in 2020 because it was just it's too much for them. A lot of people just said, you know what, let's move past that. Well, that's what happens when we ignore problems. When you ignore a problem like corrupt elections, like we saw in 2020, they fester and grow, metastasize, and we're seeing it happening now in 2022. Look, it's not even about my race. It's not about me. It would be so much easier for me to just cut and run and do something different. But we can't afford to do that. And I am really hoping to reach some people out there who are Democrats who love this country. It's not about who won and lost right now. It is about the state of our elections. And if we don't have fair and honest elections, if we don't get in there right now and deal with this, we won't have a country anymore. We'll look at what's happening in China, and we won't be on the protest side of what's happening in China. We'll be on the front side, like decades ago when people were really I believe enslaved. They're working in factories. They make nothing. What's happening in China is a wake-up call for America, because that's what they have in mind for us.
Kari, I want you to stay right there. In the next segment, I want to walk through your legal strategy and the timeline, because the clock is ticking. There's a couple-day window from certification. You've talked about whistleblowers. You've talked about some things coming forward. I want to build that out with you, because we're getting a lot of emails right now, freedom@charliekirk.com, where people are saying, okay, what now? What now? What's next? What's the plan? Good. What now? So in the next segment, I want to build that out. But Kari, you should be applauded for your courage and for your focus and your tenacity. This is the whole ball game, everybody. Someone says, Charlie, I'm tired of hearing about Arizona. So that means you're tired of hearing about America. Arizona is the railhead. It is the state that will define all other states. It's all coming down right here to State 48. Kari Lake, stay right there.